is Jimmy Sanders. I'm the lead game designer for Mythica Gaming. The base game is this nice, fun resource management victory point game. The expansion adds PvP directly into it. Basically, you've got a whole new spell deck that does things such as buff enemy monsters when they're fighting them, or make buildings cost more, or discard resources directly from somebody's hand. And this allows somebody to counterplay what someone else is doing in a very direct fashion. Also, if somebody just gets really lucky and happens to get a whole bunch of really good draws at the beginning of the game, the other 2 or 3 players at the table can go, hey, that guy over there, he has clearly got too many points. Let's together as a band beat him up. And once he's been beaten down, then everybody goes, hold on, that guy's beaten down low, that guy over there now. And so you can see these alliances shifting and changing based on who's sort of ahead. And that's where table talk comes in great with the expansion, because sometimes you go, oh no, I got barely any points, but then you sort of look at your character cards like, yeah, I got 20 points on this guy, and they don't know it. But look at my field, I got nothing here. That guy over there, he's got a lot of points. And so you might actually be winning and still convince people to mess with someone else. So that makes the game a lot more fun. As always, deal our 3 cards, and then players select and choose what they want. Discard the other 2. And everybody select their 3 resource cards from the resource deck. I have, hey, if you guys aren't, I'll grab them.
I was gonna.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And you know what? I started last time we played. Nye, how about you start?
Alright. This time, I will make sure to draw 2 cards.
Yes, please do.
For Corrupted Mana, I will be playing the Dread Knight. My strategy is to build as many Dark Citadel to amplify my corrupted spells. As far as victory goes, I don't really care if I want to win or lose. I just want to watch my designers suffer. I'm going to do whatever I can to kind of make them stumble as much as they can and prevent them from winning. And hopefully at the end of the game, maybe I can sneak in and take the victory points.
Oh, that's terrible.
Good to hear.
Organic.
Oh gee, I wonder if somebody has food.
Maybe some of us eat rocks.
They are organic as well, assuming they're made out of things like carbon. You can theoretically have
I guess coal.
Yeah, coal is very
Is
organic.
coal a rock?
Coal is carbon.
I know, but is it considered a rock?
Yeah, it's considered a rock.
Well, we're probably boring the viewers.
Most likely. I'll be playing Thalos Pridemore from the original set. He allows you to get 2 points for every Boyar and Blacksmith played. My goal when playing Thalos will be primarily to take a farm or a quarry, turn 1 or 2, and then focus on a couple Boyars and Blacksmiths. This will help me fight monsters during this expansion. One of the big problems with the expansion when trying to fight monsters is the Enrage Monster spell, which I'm going to be really paranoid about. That will buff an enemy monster and make it hard to kill. When I've got those Boyars and Blacksmiths, that'll give me that extra firepower I need to really take out those monsters. So that'll be a really key point in my strategy to make sure I've got enough of those buildings to handle when somebody tries to counterplay me with the Enraged Monster. I'm going to go with food and stone, and I will take myself a nice handy dandy farm. Pass turn.
Alright, I'll draw my resources. I'm Collier. I'm going to be playing the Merchant. My goal is to get as many resource generating buildings as possible. Each one gives him an additional victory point. So I'm going to flex my strategy around what the opponents are playing. If they're going for a lot of some sort of resource generating building, I'm going to try and steal as many as I can from them to slow them down and then kind of turn their own resources against them. You know what? Let's do this. 2 food, 2 stone. I'm buying a shop.
Oh, that's an aggressive play out of the gate.
Yep.
Well, now you know where to focus the heat right now.
Yeah.
It's a big bullseye.
On you?
Yeah. I'm not the one that just picked up a shop turn 1. I pray for many exhaustions. Done?
Yep.
Draw 2. And I will snag food and a stone. And I will pick up, let's grab the quarry, pass turn. probably would have grabbed the Boyer or Blacksmith normally in that turn, but playing the expansion, I really want to make sure to have that extra resource capacity so I don't get screwed when I'm trying to do something and those famines come out.
1 food, 1 stone, and I'm going to build a quarry. Oh, sorry, I messed those up. And that'll be my turn.
And we're delving into our corruption already. Grab my 2. Well, that's a nice hand I got here actually, so I'll go food stone as is. Actually, yeah. Grab one of these and turn. Pass.
Alright, draw my resources. Ooh. I'll do food and stone, and I'll build a farm this time. And that'll be my turn.
So I use my resource, farm and quarry, to buy corrupted mine, so I can generate 1 lead each turn.
I'm gonna probably throw it at you. You try to build that shop next turn.
What makes you think we can build a shop next turn?
Gee, I wonder. I see we're done. Draw my 2. Well, yes indeed, I think it's time to go draw a monster. A goblin? Why? I wonder if I'll just whack. He's gone. And you know what? I think a shiny piece of gold will make something else come out of the woodwork. We have an orc. Well, that orc wouldn't be a shame if it was hit by 2 bows and a sword. That orc is dead. And let's trigger out the 3rd monster. Happens to be a bat. Well, wouldn't it be a shame if I hit it with a bow and a sword to kill the bat? No enrages coming from, I guess you're the only one. So I guess I kill him too. And that draws me the resource as loot. And that is one heck of a turn for early game.
Yeah, that definitely was a lot of points. How many points was that turn?
11. It's an 11-point turn. As many points as all of those buildings combined.
Food stone. You know, I just drew what I needed. I'm going to build a shop.
I hope you got a famine. No famine?
Your turn.
That is unfortunate. It's going to be almost impossible to stop him with all those shops. I just drew a ton of weapons and I was just like, you know, I gotta go kill stuff when I've got the weapons for it. You got your story?
Yeah.
Okay, done? You got a handful of cards over there. There's a handful. And I'll go food stone. Yeah, I'll take a Boyer. Color?
Alright, someone over there is rushing all the corrupted mines, so I think I'm going to join him. Food, stone, and a lead. And I will take a corrupted mine.
Corrupted mine doesn't cost lead.
It doesn't?
It's just food stone.
Oh, wow. Huh. You learn something new every day.
Memorize the cards, why don't ya?
Alright, well then, I guess with these 2 shops, I'll produce 2 lead and buy a corrupted spell.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to forget about those shops for a second. I was like, I wasn't going to say anything, just cross my fingers and forget. Yeah, so the important thing about using these corrupted spells, whereas previously the good spells you just cast whenever it makes sense for on your turn, the corrupted spells you have to be very particular when you cast them because they're phase specific. Previously we didn't care much about the phase of the game, you just sort of took your turn, but officially you got your draw step and then your action phase, and so during your draw step, right immediately after you finish your draw is when you cast the exhaustion or the desolation spell. Exhaustion will exhaust your buildings so that a player can't use them for a turn, and desolation will force a player to discard resource cards. And so you have to do that after the draw step but before the action phase. And then the famine spell and the enraged monster has to be cast immediately after somebody's completed an action. So completed a building, you cast famine and then it costs more, or completed a monster kill, you buff it up and it costs more. And if the player fails to complete the action, then they lose all the stuff they committed to the fight. So the corrupt spells you have to be really picky about and careful on the timing.
That's way too dangerous. If I try to go for a shop, somebody's got a famine and they know that I wouldn't be having enough food because I didn't play it. I'll go food stone and take one of these. Done?
Alright. I'll draw my 2.
2 shops.
Oh no! Well, I'm gonna steal your last corrupt mine then, unless you're gonna do anything about it.
Oh, go ahead.
Alright. I'm 1 corrupt mine richer. 2 gold will get me a spell. And that'll be my turn.
Draw 2. 1, 2, 3.
Oh man, that's getting scary.
Well, if someone else had went after a corrupted mine.
He took. Oh, actually, you did 2, didn't you?
I took 2.
You took 2. Okay.
Pull your weight.
No. I didn't start with that shot turn 2 though. Well, turn 1.
It's turn 1.
Turn 1. Yeah. And I started getting too scary. That's what. I'm just looking forward to you trying to take that last shot, and he's gonna just shut you down. I'm very much looking forward to that.
I'd like to see him try.
Alright, done.
Done? Alright. Did you move something? I didn't catch that.
I built a blacksmith
Oh, you did. Okay.
and discard 2 cards.
Okay, so at the beginning of my turn, I draw 2, and then you choose 2 cards from my hand for that. So choose which 2 you want. And what did I lose there?
2 stone.
2 stone?
Not bad.
No, not bad. I'm okay with the loss. Actually, no, I'm not. Damn it. That would have. Oh, with those 2 stones, I could have very easily bought that shop. Like, no problem. You would have had a hard time stopping me. That's actually really bad. Oh, that exhausted, that desolation hit harder than I'd like it to. Okay, I'm gonna go fight monster at this point then. And another orky. So 1 bow, 2 swords. He's down, and he enrages my way. No, enrage by 2.
Range by 2.
Okay, so it needs 2 more weapons. And let's go with a bow and sword. He's dead. Are you further enraging or leaving it as is?
I'm just gonna leave it.
Okay, so cost me an extra 2 though. So you got your money's worth out of it. And that would be. Oh, his loot is drawn. Monster. Oh my god, no. Not that.
And does someone not have the weapons to kill the Wraith now?
Oh my god. That's terrible. I mean, I plausibly could, but 1 enrage would just. I mean, obviously I'm tapped out. No, I'm gonna let it walk. As much as that kills me and pains me to watch it walk. Ugh.
Alright. I'm gonna draw my 2.
Man, that hurts. That enrage stopped me from.
Exhaustions or desolations or throw
Shops.
my shops. Alright. Well, I'm gonna fabricate for a shop and spend a stone on it. So that's a shop.
Do you have any famines?
How many cards do you have?
That many?
More than.
You can have it.
I'm gonna use both my corrupted mines and buy a corrupted spell. Ooh, piece of candy. One gold and a sword and a bow, and I'm gonna buy another spell. And that'll be my turn.
This is getting dangerous.
Yeah, no.
I couldn't do anything to stop that. for Jimmy?
It was just lucky that I drew a Fabricate, because that really discouraged you from doing anything with it. The normal spells are pretty good at countering the corrupted spells. They seem very efficient if you have the exact opposite one of it.
Exactly. And they do. The normal ones counter it just fine, unless they've been empowered.
Oh, yeah, those Dark Citadels are looming over there.
Yeah, they haven't been
someone's
touched.
going to start building them.
Yeah, they have not been touched.
Yep. When build.
Moving in. Done?
Yeah, that's it.
Now his spells are going to start getting stronger.
Yeah, exactly. I got some gold. Good one. Let's see. I'm gonna go with food, and I will make these two stone. So 2 food, 2 stone, and get a shop. Any famines my way?
How many resource cards do you have?
1 spell, 2 resource cards.
Famine.
Okay.
By 2.
2 of what? You just declare
2, if you, 2 food.
2 food? Is just showing. I obviously don't have stone. Your call.
2 food.
2 food? Okay. Well, I will fabricate for 2 food and 1 stone. So I've got it, unless you throw an additional one.
No.
Yeah. Nice. I can use fabricates too.
Ooh.
Turn.
Alright.
I was afraid of the next one.
Oh. Alright. I am going to build another shop. Food stone.
Oh, it's
Going to exhaust.
Oh. 2 of my shops, I'm guessing.
Shops. I'm going to discard 2 new cards.
Well. 2.
At this point, Collier is playing super aggressive, and he's gonna get stomped by both Jimmy and I.
So now I can commence with my turn?
Yes.
Alright.
Are you still building that shop?
Food stone. Food. No.
So you need 1
All
stone?
that is a stone. So that's 2 food, 2 stone. I'm building a shop.
I assume no other. Oh, do you have a famine?
No.
Oh. And then I'm going to spend 2 lead and another 2 lead and buy 2 corrupted spells this turn.
You see. Yeah, honestly, you're part of the reason you're struggling is
struggling hard.
I'm not hitting him, and I'm letting you two basically duke it back and
Yeah,
forth.
I'm not
and I'm just scoring. I'm scoring a lot of points over here, and you guys aren't realizing really.
Yeah, it feels like.
Well, speaking of scoring points, whose turn
It's
is
his turn.
Oh.
It feels like right now. I don't know this feeling, but it feels like
Yeah.
I'm not doing as much as I should.
It's a weird. The expansion's a weird one to play with. Now you've mostly. Color needs to be throwing stuff at me is the reality, because you've thrown a little bit of stuff at me, and you've thrown a little bit of stuff at him, and you're sort of spread too thin.
I'm spreading way too thin because because you guys are having me like I don't know. I'm just directing corrupted spells at both of you at the same time, which I should do that.
Honestly, Deny, I'm concerned about him, quite frankly, so I'm going to start focusing on some corrupted. Now that I've got this to work with, that'll make it a lot easier to buy some corruption. So, I'm actually concerned about Collier, so I'll start buying up a few and hitting him back. So, your turn. Mostly Collier got such a nice opening to get some of those shops in early, and it's really hard to stop that.
Now that I can make any resource I need?
Yeah, it's
The shops are still really powerful. The exhaustion makes a big difference, though. It's what's kept you from snowballing out of ridiculous rate.
Yeah, it's definitely drained me of some of the resources that I would have liked to have.
I mean, from points showing, straight up, points showing, you've got four shops? Or 3 shops?
4.
You got 4 shops, so that's 8, 12, 4. You've only got 14 points showing.
Yeah.
Like, quite frankly, you got 14 points, 12 points, something like that showing. Denai's got actually about the same number of points.
You have a lot more.
I got a pile of monsters is what scores the points.
Okay.
Jimmy, start of your turn.
Yep.
I am going to cast Exhaustion.
Okay.
Tap that shop.
And
And tap your Boyer.
Boyer up.
And then I'm going to Desolate you.
Okay.
Ooh, a stone and a gold. Go ahead, go for a monster with Deny sitting with a handful of corrupted spells.
Yeah. I'll just go Food Stone. I'll buy myself another little Boyer. Unless there's a corruption coming my way past turn.
Not worth it on the Boyer. That's
Not
my
usually.
opinion, but...
Not usually worth it on a Boyer.
Alright, anyone messing with me? Deny.
Nope.
Alright. Buying a corrupt spell. Food stone, buying a shop.
You know, honestly, the biggest thing that hit, both times you made the big play to stop the shot by, we had Fabricates in hand. Like, those could have just either been a haste, a mana pool, or a fireball, in which case that shot would have been
Too late.
negated.
Yeah.
We were just really lucky,
Corrupt
given
spell.
the good spell that we bought happened to be the exact counter to what you were trying to do.
This shouldn't happen at all.
Yeah.
This whole shop thing, because, like I said, I don't have anything to stop him.
2 gold. Buy a normal spell.
And-
I mean, you can draw, was it 3 corrupted spells? No, you draw 2 corrupted spells.
But I'm not really getting. I mean, I've
It's
used
your turn.
whatever I had. I used.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can.
You just play it out. The corrupted spells are really a late game kind of thing. You'd be surprised. Especially you pick up a couple more of these, you're drawing most of the corrupted spells, which means you're going to have most of the corrupted mana pools probably. You get a couple of these things, and you could have 25 points sitting in corrupted spells at the end of the game, which could be a third of your points. So you'd be surprised how much points you could come out of that game. Just play through.
Oh man.
Okay.
That's a lot of Dark Citadels.
How many you got? 2? 3?
It's got 3.
You got 3?
But one is tapped.
Yeah. Okay, that means you can power and hit. a lot
Oh wait,
harder.
sorry, it's the start of your turn, right, Jimmy?
Yeah, start my turn.
Why don't you discard 2 resources?
Why don't you make me?
2 food.
Anything else corruption going my way?
Not at the moment.
Okay. Well, given the hand I've got, I think it's time to buy a monster. Okay. I guess I'm just gonna throw all 5 of my buildings at it. The monster is officially dead.
He only has 2 cards in
And I've
hand.
only got 2 cards in hand.
I doubt they're both left.
And no, I don't have the ability to kill it.
And there goes an ogre
And-
wasted.
That is a huge turn. I just lost an entire turn, 7 points down the drain for 2 lead worth out of you. Like, that's a huge counter to me. Your turn.
Alright.
Wow, that hit hard. Like, right there could be the point difference overall in the game.
Well, 2 lead, I'll buy my corrupted spell. Food stone and a gold, and I'm buying an alchemy bowl.
Okay.
Anyone gonna mess with it?
And he's got a whole bunch of shops floating, so.
Yeah.
Although you could empower. You got 2 floating. Mostly, if you empower it, the empower one is basically 2 lead to you. If you empower it, that's essentially 4 resources he loses. So if you have a famine, throw a famine with empowered by 2 and force him to spend all 4 of his shops. That prevents him from buying 2 spells, basically.
Unfortunately,
No famines?
no family.
Ah, okay.
Alright. Well, if that's the case, haste. Food, stone and a gold. And I'm going to buy another alchemy vault.
And still no.
2 lead gets me a corrupted spell. And 2 gold gets me a normal spell.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
See, that's the thing about the corruption. It's so unpredictable sometimes.
It is. It is. But
I've been pretty effectively using corrupted spells to bully Jimmy out of being able to do much.
Collier's gone very slow, casual hoarding, but keep in mind his total overall points that are showing really isn't that many. It'll be interesting to see when he starts trying to make a move and get more points. And keep in mind, like those corrupted pools that you're certainly getting, comboed with those, that can be some serious points there. Don't underestimate that. And you have to have a fistful of resource cards too. Okay. You done? Draw my 2.
And discard 2.
Okay.
Let's get the 2 you just drew.
Well, let's go fight a monster, I guess. Goblins, well, I'm sure I'm going to get that one, because I can't imagine somebody stopping me with that kill. So, that monster's down. Let's discard a lead to trigger the next monster draw, which is a bear. Oh, I should have thrown that one. Well, that had not been used yet this turn.
That's correct.
So, bow,
2,
bow,
4, 5.
he's dead.
Are you gonna?
I don't
And
have anything
stopping
for
him?
it.
And I got a resource left in hand. Or are you?
Yep.
How much is it being buffed by? Did you empower it at all? Or not?
High power.
By how much?
3 by 1.
By 1, so that's an power of 3.
Yep.
This is not a bow, so I cannot kill it. So, yet again, those corrupted spells are significantly hampering.
Yeah, that was a 3 point turn instead of 8 for you.
Plus, I would have gotten my 2 resources back out of it. So, significantly hampering my ability to score points.
Well, do I draw first?
Yeah, you draw.
And since I have no cards in hand, they're just immediately discarded. That
Oh, those
was-
are all spells in your hand?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot of spells in hand.
It's all corruption spells.
All
If
right.
you throw in the exhaustions to take out his shops, and that's the best use you can use for your exhaustion and your empowerment is just
Oh,
exhaustion.
wait to just play him against me.
Oh, of course, that's my
I
job.
have fewer points than you.
That's what you think. That's not what I think. I think you have
I'm
more points
buying
than
a
me.
corrupt spell and a regular spell. There we go. That's what I'm wanting.
Yeah, I've only got weak monsters. I don't have any big
Food,
ones.
stone, and a gold, and I'm building an alchemy vault. Are you messing with that?
How much can you empower it by? 2?
By 2.
By 2? I mean, that's 4 resources that he doesn't get to use, which I would say is always, if you can spend 1 spell and knock out 4 resources of his, that's a good investment. Like, that's why you build it.
Oh, you.
Alright, how much more of what does it cost?
Food or stone.
Not that I actually have physical resources in hand.
Right.
It doesn't
So it
matter.
doesn't matter. I'll just do food.
Alright, so I'll wish I had some more food. Oh, yeah. And chat my shops for 2 more food.
Yeah, so it's-
I was a hungry boy. There's a lot of food you made me eat. I will tap these 2 for another normal spell. And that'll be my turn.
yeah, nice. Mostly, I'm really curious. You guys have both been buying a lot of corrupted spells. How many corrupted pools you've got? And how many corrupted pools you've got? Because if you're the one that's got all the corrupted pools, that's a lot of points in your hand.
if you're the one that's got all the pools, there's basically no points in your hand.
Yeah.
Actually, how many corrupted spells do you have?
I have this many.
4?
Yes.
Alright.
I can count. Ooh, there's only one Dark Citadel left.
Okay.
Oh man, those things are gonna just start winging real hard. Okay. Good to go. And let's take monster. And I hate seeing that flop because someone's gonna mess with me, but
You got 3 swords on the board already.
I know, but someone's gonna buff it. I'll throw them because you just can't not throw it, but
Are you sure?
I know, it's dead. I've got 2 resources in hand, and that's it.
Alright. I want to use Enraged Monster with Citadel.
Those 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely can't kill it.
But maybe if there was gold, you could buy a fireball.
Yeah, if it was gold, I could, but nope. He is out. Honestly, Deny, you made me miss the Wraith, you made me miss a bear, and you made me miss a ogre. That right there alone is 19 points that you've denied me. Yeah, you have denied me.
it?
Yeah, you have denied me. So,
Alright. I will draw my 2 resources. Am I allowed to keep these?
Yes.
Alright. He is a generous god.
are you going to exhaust all of his buildings?
I'm going to buy a corrupt spell. How much does the Dark Citadel cost?
Foodstone lead. The alchemy
Stone and lead. Making 1.
Unless you make it cost more.
What do you have? Let me see your hand.
He's got
4 shops. A bunch of spells. Some corrupt, some normal.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, well, it is a whole bunch.
I've been hyper defensive against Deny because I don't want to encourage. I want to discourage him from messing with me, which is exactly what this strategy is doing.
Yeah, and it definitely has. But, like I said, if you don't use those citadels, there's basically no value in them, so you really do want to throw 1 corrupted spell that hits hard each turn, because that gets you the most use out of it, and forces him to spend his resources.
So this amplifies it by 1, right?
How many do you have? 3?
3.
So that makes 5 more food or 5 more stone if you throw a famine at that.
Can it do the lead? I'm just curious.
It cannot. It has to be food or stone.
Well, I'm going to fabricate for 3 of it.
You need 2 more.
4 and 5. Oh, wrong pile.
Wrong pile.
5. So I have.
How many do I need to stop him?
He's made it now. If you throw another one, that'd be 2 more. I mean, he does have
3 shops.
3 shops. I would personally let him take it. Mostly, that burnt 1 of his shops, 1 of his resource cards, and 1 of his best spells. So, and it cost you 1 spell. So, card advantage-wise, you came out ahead card advantage by
2
doing
lead.
that.
Buy an corrupt spell.
So all of the corrupt pools are out now.
And 2 gold. And I'm getting a normal spell.
Are you done?
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see where the points lie at the end. It's a different game.
Yeah, this is something else.
It's especially, I'm used to playing the aggressive spells. It's a really hard game to play the backstab just right. And you've played it fairly well. Like, the amount of points you've denied me.
If my math is right, you have at least 28 points for corrupt mana points.
That's a lot of points. I mean, seriously.
I'm guessing you're the character who gets a bonus from that just based off of how aggressive you're going with that. I could be wrong.
Honestly?
But still, you're getting a lot from them because you and I were the only ones that went in.
Yeah, just from a point standpoint, I got 19 points in monsters, and
You have at least 20.
So 20, and then
Looks amazing. That's the only reason.
so I've only got 29. I've got 29 points showing. So showing, I've only got 29 points. Just so you're aware, deny, which really isn't a ton of points.
All right.
It's cool. It's cool.
Draw 2.
refresh.
Yeah. Hold on a second.
I keep throwing another desolation at me.
I'm throwing an exhaustion at you and hitting your shop and a blacksmith.
The blacksmith. Okay.
Hold on. Yeah, that's it.
Let's see. I guess I'll grab monsters since I got those 3 buildings. A bat. Oh, that's happy to see.
Enraged
dead.
monster. Give it another.
So
And
it's,
empowered, so it's another 3 HP.
that's just annoying. Well,
It's called being a
there-
jackass.
Yeah. And
It'd be real shame if
that's
someone else
4
did
damage.
that.
I'm beating it by 1 damage currently. So it's dead. Unless somebody's
All you
throwing
have to
another-
do is enrage it, and then enrage Jimmy in turn.
It's not worth your time.
No, it's not.
It's okay.
Oh.
It really isn't. Because I've got resources enough to stop that. Quick turn.
Alright.
For 3 points on a beast.
Desolate all your shops.
All of
That
that?
exhaustion. Hey, you got
Or, yeah, exhaustion.
how many? You got 5 of those, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to tap. If you want to get all 5 of the shops, all you have to do is use exhaustion in 3 of those buildings.
That's right.
Yeah. So you still have 2 floating.
Well, that's annoying.
See, that's where your hand really just hits in. Is now you can go and you don't get to do a turn.
Food, stone, and a gold, and I'm building an alchemy vault.
And are you?
Let's see how much resource you have.
I have 2 gold. And spells in hand.
I did as hard as you can.
Did I draw?
I'm just gonna
I didn't draw. Sorry.
famine.
Or how much food or stone? Because you have 2 more of those, so you can do 4 food or 4 stone, I think.
I'm just gonna do 4 stones.
Well, I'm going to buy a spell and hope it's something that can allow me to pay for that. Fabricate.
Oh my god. Well, that's 3 stones. You still need 1 more stone.
And that's a stone.
Okay, you got it. But that took. That was a lot of
I
effort.
had.
Yeah. To get 1 little thing, and he's burnt through basically all of his building stuff.
Spell.
I mean, you get 1 or 2 more exhaustions like that to just wipe his field out. You can basically bring him to a crawl, and no one's stopping you at all because he's spending all of his time screwing out me, and you're messing with him, and now you're left more or less alone to catch back up. And you have so many hidden points. I have no idea how many points you've actually got, because between your character and your corrupt tools, I bet you're sitting at like 30 points. Honestly, I'm more concerned about you winning than him right now, because I'm confident in your ability to basically just make him not a factor.
Same thing.
Right, I wanna fight.
Honestly, the dragon's not bad, because those things bows do double, so enraged monster is weak on them.
No,
Monster
thank
does.
you.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Draw 2.
And at the start, you're going to discard 2 resource cards. Food and a stone.
Okay. Any exhaustions hitting me? I take that as a no, so monster I go. And he's dead, and he enrages on a wimpy little skeleton. I'm assuming not. And you know what? I'm going to throw away that food. And it says buy a spell. It does not have to be a good spell. I'm going to buy a corrupted spell to help out deny here. Okay. And I'm going to spend 1 lead and another lead with my another corrupted spell. And your go. Okay, Collier, do you draw your resources?
No, I
I'm hitting you with a
just
desolation,
right in there.
and I'm hitting you with an exhaustion for 2 of your shops.
All right.
I'm gonna exhaust for 2 of your shops, another 1 of your shop.
You've got 3 alchemy bolts. 4.
Um,
If you just do if you do exhaustion in all 5 of your buildings, you take all of his shops.
What should I do?
I'd exhaust as hard as you can. Stop the spells.
Yeah, but then you won't have anything for him.
No, it refreshes on your turn.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
I exhaust all of your alchemy vault and your shops.
Jesus. Alright, well, I'm going to buy my one corrupted spell.
Like I said, you can really just grind someone to a halt now, which is, I'm happy it's not being me.
I'm going to fight a monster.
Okay.
It's a dragon. 2 fireballs, and wish for 2 bows.
How much is that?
Okay, so he's sitting at 10 damage on that. So it's already more than
You'd
one
have to
enraged
use
stuff.
more than 1 enraged monster.
That was glorious.
There is no feeling quite like the tap 4 or 5 citadels and go, and 5 more hit points, or
That
5
was-
more stone, or tap all of your shops. Things like that are just epic plays.
That's like telling you to just sit down.
Yep.
Sit down.
It was a game of Mother May I.
Yep.
No, I mean, and it wasn't the entire game though. I mean,
No, it wasn't. There were periods depending on who he was focusing on, but he definitely controlled the flow of that game very well, and when he would bluff us or kind of play the table, that helped him.
Right. So in my strategy, I was playing the Dread Knight, so my goal was to all or nothing corruption, just to kind of maximize all my points, kind of burn through the corruption spell deck and kind of search for that mana pool, and I did. I got majority of it, and at the beginning of the game, Jimmy he's being quite aggressive, so he got quite some monster, enraged monster thrown at him right off the bat, which hurts him a lot on the Wraith, and also, Collier jumped in and kind of screwed him over too. But in the end,
Collier definitely should have thrown more at you.
right,
Yeah.
definitely. And at the end there, Collier just accumulates so many shops and alchemy vault that it made both of us, both Jimmy and I, nervous. Because he would just wreck the whole monster deck. If I didn't.
Everyone thought I was going to win that match.
Oh,
but
yeah,
I ended up
yeah.
losing it to you by quite a bit.
You're I mean, just looking at the shops, I mean, you're quite aggressive, So every turn there from there on, I just have to tap all your shops and your alchemy vault. But you did some good plays. I mean, you powered through that. There's some buildings that you managed to power through.
Yeah. And I would definitely say to keep in mind that one of the biggest differences between the expansion game here versus the base game is playing the table. Previously, knowing what your opponent was doing and counter-playing them, you could do a little bit. But basically convincing people, the others at your table, saying, no, I've got no points. That guy over there, he's got a ton. We all need to work on him. Even if he's not actually winning, is really important, because if you can convince another player at the table to take their time and energy to stop somebody else using corrupted spells, that gives you a huge boost in points.
Which is what I did against you. I was using my corrupted spells on you because I saw you had some monsters compared to my none, and I thought you were the bigger threat.
So for me, what I liked about our expansion is that if you go in and play the game with the mindset of I'm just gonna have fun, I'm just gonna screw with everyone, I don't care if I win or lose, you're gonna have tons of fun with just going corruption, just messing with people, just watching their reaction, and you're just having fun, messing with people, just watching the world burn. Sometimes it doesn't matter if you win or lose. That's what I like about it. There's no pressure if you play it that way.